Hello, welcome back to Behind the Filter. After Dark Edition, we are back with Ashley.
Yay.
Yay.
Sweating in the studio.
I know, we always do when we're here a little bit longer because sometimes we'll shoot multiple episodes at a time. And there's a lot of lights on us and it's a smaller room and it gets very hot in here very quick.
And I have light salmon pants on and I had butt sweat.
It's fine. I'm sure I have a lot of oil on my face right now.
It's fine. We're fine.
It's okay.
Sorry about who sits in this chair next.
Great. It'll be fine. It'll dry. No worries. We'll be all good. All right. So we're going to talk about a couple different things on this week's episode. Should I go first or do you want you go first? Doesn't remember. Actually, let's bust out your phone. We're going to talk about my text messages or my DM. We haven't done a DM of the week in quite a while, I might add. It's because I've ignored all my DMs for such a long time to be in the news now.
I don't blame you.
Okay, so I get a lot of DMs, as I just mentioned, and it is come to a point where I get so many DMs that I don't open them anymore because I get very overwhelmed I already get enough responses on things in the comment section, and so getting DMs on top of the message requests of people I don't know on all my platforms, and so it gives me anxiety. So then I just don't want to deal with it and I won't answer it, because also I know there are a lot of people in my DMs who genuinely need help with a story or they have something they want to get out to the public, and I want to be able to devote enough time to that. And I am so busy and booked right now with the stories I'm currently working on that I don't have enough capacity for it.
Right.
So in my justification is I don't want to open it because then I'll forget it, I'll look at it, I won't give it the attention it needs, so I just let it sit.
Yeah, fair enough.
So, but for some reason I decided to open this random DM one day because I shared, if you guys don't know this, I'm a news anchor and I cover Indianapolis, and I also do the state of Indiana, and we also do national stories. And so one day I shared, I'm not quite sure if you're aware, but our lieutenant governor here in the state said some very interesting things about Muslim and Islam. Essentially.
I did not hear this.
He said some things that people did not necessarily agree with. And I don't want to say the wrong thing because I don't remember specifically what it said, but he was on some sort of show. It got some backlash. So then there was an Islamic group that sent us a press release and responded to his comments saying that, we believe X, Y, and Z, that we love everybody, blah, blah, blah. And so with me, a lot of times I grab the press releases straight out of my inbox, put them out, because that's what I do.
It's your job.
Right. This one I put out, and boy, did people have, man, you're in Indiana and you're in the Midwest, you get some very strong opinions with people who are Christian versus people who are Muslim. And next thing I know, I have 300 comments on the press release, and people are going at it in the comments, and I'm like, damn, okay. This was like on a Saturday, okay? It was crazy. And they had all these shares and it was insane. So then I get this message from somebody. And this pissed me way off, okay? So it's this person, I won't say her name. She says, and for a long time also, to backtrack, I used to be in ministry. I worked in ministry for 8 years, okay? I started in broadcasting, took a break out of broadcasting, got diagnosed with my autoimmune disorder, decided to take a break and go do something completely different before I went back when I started my fitness studio. So for 8 years, I was in ministry. And so she's using the acronyms of the church that I used to be a part of. So I won't actually say the church, which says, knowing you from blank church, I think you need to do some research on this topic. I am free to chat if you would like. I believe what Bob Hutt, who posts does. I don't even know who Bob Hutt is. As Christians, we need to be careful of Muslim theology. Let me know if you want to chat. So in me, I'm like, excuse me, what do you mean? I need research on this topic? I solely put a press release up. I did not state my opinion. I didn't say anything.
Does she not understand that a press release is not your words?
Thank you. So I said, excuse me, I don't need research. I'm a news reporter. I share press releases and news that is in my inbox. It's up for the people to comment and respond. It is not my job to give them a narrative. I report non-biased news without my views, regardless if I agree with them or not. If I have a specific if I did have a specific narrative, I would have blocked comments in the comment section. And then she never responded. And then, actually, I think I blocked her after this because I was just so pissed off.
Is this a Facebook person?
Yes, of course it is. Of course, yeah. And I'm like, how dare you? Just because I posted something that you didn't like and that you didn't agree with, apparently now you're attacking me, and apparently I need to do research because I'm not educated.
Well, and first off, as a Christian, we are called to love. And we are not called to sit and judge. And I think that is what is so frustrating about the fight of religions, is that I understand as a Christian, you want to share the love of Jesus. That is not sharing the love of Jesus. And sharing about the Muslim faith in no way, even if you were talking about it, is not like indoctrinating people or anything like that. And I have a lot of Muslim friends, and like that stuff pisses me off.
Yeah. Well, and it's sad because the comment, I actually had a friend comment in the comments, and she's Christian, and she put a very, in my opinion, a very nice comment. She didn't say anything bad, and people came for her that were Christians.
I say Christians.
Yeah.
No.
And I couldn't believe it, to the point that she deleted her message and then she texted me, because I didn't even know that she was I was a Saturday, I was cleaning, I just threw up the press release, whatever, and she deleted it, and then she sent me a text. Because I remember I did see her name pop up. So then when she texted me, it kind of clicked a little bit. And then she said, oh my gosh, these people are so mean in the comments. And I said, I'm sorry. I said, unfortunately, like with news, like people are going to speak their minds. And if they don't agree with you, they're going to come for you. And it's sad, but that is the way the news cycle is right now. People will speak their minds. They will attack you. They will call you names like this. And so it's like, just be prepared. If you're going to comment, be prepared to get backlashed and be prepared to get attacked, because that's what's going to happen, no matter if you're right or wrong.
Right.
Because we're at a stage in the game right now where nobody will listen to anybody else's perspective at all. Yeah. And so I was like, I'm sorry. I said, but that's what happens now. And she goes, yeah, I'll never do that again. I'm so glad I don't live in Indiana anymore, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, well, you're going to find it anywhere you go anyways. But the bulk of the people, because it was regarding a public official in the state of Indiana, obviously the bulk of the people were responding to what he said, because there's a lot of people who don't agree with a lot of his stances. And so a lot of those people were in those comments, and I was like, yeah, it's bad. But I was so hot at that. I was like, do not. No. No. Mm-mm.
There would have been a part of me that would have loved to be so condescending and been like, oh, sweetie, have you never read a press release? Do you not understand what a press release is? You see how this was submitted by X group? That means it was X group's words. So I am sharing X group's words. Does that make sense, sweetie? I don't get it. People, I can't. I just saw this video the other day, and it doesn't necessarily exactly tie into this, but it's how we've become a society where we can't look at things objectively anymore. Yes. Everything is subjective.
Yes, exactly.
And it's like everyone puts themselves as the subject of the story, and that's not necessarily always the case. And it was like, just like the woman said, she's like, for an example, it could say women hate cooking. And she said, I can look at that objectively and see, okay, maybe statistically women do hate cooking. Yeah. But subjectively, I love cooking. That doesn't apply to me, so I don't need to participate in that conversation.
Exactly.
And I'm like, I don't understand how we've gotten to a point where we can't understand that not every conversation is about us and or us as an individual person. And I don't understand where we've gotten to a point where there's just so much hate with everything.
It's insane.
And it's like, if you would sit down with a person who believed different than you, one of my really close friends, Layla, she's Muslim, and we talk about this all the time, about how we have more in common than we have in difference. We just serve two different gods. Yeah. And neither of, like, and there are times where we'll be going through something hard, and I'll be, will you please pray for me? She's not praying for my God, but in her belief, just as the flip role with me, we're doing the best that we can and we know how to do for our friend to be like, yeah, and she'll reach out to me, she's like, can you please pray for me? Yeah. And it's like, I don't understand how other people can't, like, yes, a part of Christianity is sharing our faith. And of course, that because that's what we believe, we want to see everyone in heaven. But it's like
But we
going
also can't
about
push
it.
people. And the way you go about it is totally wrong.
And going about it hating people.
Yeah.
I mean, whoever changed their mind because you wrote a comment attacking someone's religion or attacking someone as like, it irritates me.
Yeah.
And it's always the worst of every group that is outspoken. It's the worst of the Christians.
Yep.
It's every group. It's the worst of the Muslim. It's the worst of the conservative. It's the worst of the liberals. It's the worst of every subset that are the most vocal people.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
and then we're
like, not all like that.
That doesn't represent who I am.
No. Jesus sat with tax collectors. Do we forget the Bible?
Yeah, exactly. It's insane. So I was just so mad. It was just like, oh my gosh. And then there were people like really like in the comments, and I was to a point I was like, damn, this is getting nasty. But as a news reporter, if I were to or hide a comment or something, then I'm censoring somebody and their protected rights of being able to speak their mind.
Right.
Obviously, if somebody's going to come for me personally, I'll put you in check real fucking quick.
Yeah.
But if it's regarding news, okay, go ahead, have at it in the comments. It's you spending the time arguing with strangers, not me. You know?
I just can't even imagine. That's like when we started to get the hate from the people who are in AI relationships. I had originally typed up a comment and then I ended up deleting it because I'm like, you know what? And it wasn't a mean comment. It was just like that you're misunderstanding my intentions with sharing this, blah, blah. I'm like, you know what? They're not.
I think I responded. I think I laughed.
Did you?
I think I did a couple laughy emojis. I put like, okay, and I laughed.
That's funny.
I don't know. I can't remember.
It's just, it's not even worth fighting.
No,
it's
like,
not. I don't know why
they're crazy. So, anyhow, if people send me DMs, watch what you say. There you go. That's my spiel on my DMs.
That's so funny. I haven't gotten really any good DMs recently.
I did have one that I blocked another person to a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, I could share that if you did. Well, okay, so here's the other kind. I had this girl. She sent me a message. Facebook again sends me a message on Facebook into the message request, and sometimes you don't always get those. And it was on a Saturday. I saw it pop up, but I was like, oh, I don't know the person, so I'm not gonna answer it. And then Sunday, I decided to check on it. It was like Sunday night. She messaged me in the same space 3 times. The first one, I need your help. This is what's happening to me. I just think you're the perfect anchor to like dig in on this and investigate and to get it out to the world. And I would love for you to help me. I'm desperate, blah, blah, blah. 24 hours later, I have written you. It's been 24 hours and you have not responded. And I'm not sure if actually you should be the person to tell my story. Bye. Third message. You know what? I'm never listening to WIBC again. You are the worst news anchor ever. You don't even respond to text messages. Bitch, this is from Saturday to Sunday. I'm with my kid. I am not checking DMs, nor am I checking my message request file. So I went in on her after that. I opened it up, I told her off, and I said bye, and I blocked her afterwards. I was basically like, who the fuck do you think you are?
That's insane.
Yeah, I was like, 1 minute you need my help, the next minute you hate me. Okay, make that make sense.
I don't think people understand.
Like, wow.
When you do things on social media, especially you in your career, but any person who has any sort of platform on social media, the amount of comments, DMs on all platforms, if I could spend a full day just responding to mine, I bet you could spend a full year just responding to yours.
Yeah, it's bad.
And and thankfully, because I'm obviously not in news and have fired people, I recently even took 2 weeks off Instagram. And so when I was responding to people, I said, I'm so sorry. I took a little time off Instagram. Every one of them, you don't owe me an apology. Good for you, girl. You don't owe me anything. I'm just glad you saw the DM. Those were the legit responses. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, thank you. But it's it's interesting.
Yeah, it was crazy. Well, yeah, because I took the month off, because I was so sick for a month. I didn't answer anything.
Oh, yeah.
I'm still behind, but I did answer people, and I said the same thing. I was like, I'm sorry, I had laryngitis. I was very sick for a month. The last thing I was thinking about was checking my DMs. Right. And they were like, no problem. So then, I was able to,
normal people.
take some calls and, figure out if I was going to do stories with them or something like that. But man, I was like, who does this bitch think she is? to like flip like that within 24 hours to like, I need your help so bad and you're the best news anchor, to you suck. I'm not listening to your radio station anymore and you're the worst.
And it's like, I'm not even going to not listen to you. It's screw all of the WIBC.
Oh yeah. She went off about all of our shows and everything. Everybody fell underneath me. So, you know, I was the worst.
You were the subset of the population.
It's pretty funny. So I told her off and blocked her and I'm like, bye.
Some guy messaged me. I can't even tell this whole story without showing you the profile picture, but that's mean. And he was like, if you would move to California, I would help you learn how to dress because you dress super homely.
What?
Homely? I'm sorry, but my navel is always out.
Oh my God.
I would not
Does he want like your boobs and your ass out all the time?
He goes, because I think that's why you're still single.
What?
You should see.
Oh my God. Please tell me what he looks like. Stop.
I'm not gonna
Normally,
show it on here.
when men say these kinds of responses, they are literally the worst looking ever.
This one and this person, like, I can't. I have to find it.
Okay.
I'll send it to you later. And I'm just like, I don't think I want your advice for anything. Thank you.
No, you don't.
Oh.
Oh, good Lord. Are you, dude? Yeah.
I'm not going to be mean and show that, but
wow.
He said, if you lived in California, I would teach you how to dress so you could pick up some guys. You look kind of homely, to be honest.
I swear, why do people have such balls online? That man would never say that shit to your face.
No.
He would be shitting on himself if he saw you in person.
And I think the Stop. I think the funniest thing is, I do not think homely would be something to do.
I would never describe you as homely.
I'm in a crop top every other post.
That makes no sense. That's like, I don't understand. You must be watching girls that like literally have nothing on. Must be watching porn all the time.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
That would make sense compared to how he looks. So.
Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy.
All right, so those are my DMs. I've gone from like crazy men DMs to people getting mad at me for news now. So
do you kind of miss the crazy men?
I still get them every once in a while, you know, but I just ignore them now. For the most part, I don't even like entertain it. I just block it right away. I've got a couple of the last week, but I'm like block. Yeah. Just stalk me some more and you'll realize I have a boyfriend. Okay?
Right. I don't even think they would care.
No, they don't.
That's irrelevant to them pursuit of you.
Very true.
I have a little update. Okay. So, you know, I told you I did not like the episode that we filmed remotely because my face was so swollen. Now, my face, I will clarify, is a little swollen today. I got some, like, biostimulator injected. I tell you, I've been doing, like, a facial balancing series with Prana.
Biostimulator? Okay, please explain what the hell that is.
There's filler, which I got a little in my cheeks to kind of help give me some life back in my face.
But that was like before though, right?
That was probably 2 months ago. Yeah. So we've been going slow. So the next thing we did was we injected a biostimulator, and what it does is so we injected it into my temples, and we just did my jawline, which is why I'm a little swole today. Instead of it being filler, it stimulates like collagen growth and natural.
Really?
Yeah. So a big one that's well known is like Sculptra. So that's what I've been doing. But before that, I got the best facial I've ever got in my life. Mm-hmm. It's called, I always mispronounce it. It's like the Glassy Diamond Facial. And it's like the upgraded version of the Hydrofacial. Okay. And part of this facial does this insane cupping and lymphatic drainage. Really? Look at the before. That's my face before. The bags under my eyes. The sagginess of my skin because I have so much lymphatic drainage. Uh-huh. Look at the after.
Oh my gosh.
Not only did it bring color back to my face, but I felt like it like snatched my face back up.
You look very like tight.
Yes, we're there.
Send that so we can put it in the podcast so people can take a look at it. That is amazing. You just look very tight.
Yes. And I'm like, so it's like, it goes back to show, I used to do like gua shaing and like lymphatic massages. I'm like, I'm back to it.
I'm going to have to start doing that again too, because I was good at that and then I stopped completely. I just get lazy.
Same.
Who wants to do the 20 freaking step routine when you go to bed? I just want to go to bed.
I know.
Now we have all these 50 million things to do to our face and body as we get older.
Swear. And having an autoimmune, we're always inflamed.
We're always inflamed. There's always like inflammation happening.
But like that to me was huge. A huge reminder of like, okay, Ashley, you need to be doing that more.
Yeah, that's great.
So, that was interesting. So I posted a video the other day. I think I've talked about it, about my get ready with me for my first date.
Yes.
And in this video,
that's when I stalked your page and liked every single thing, because I was like, how the hell have I missed all of these?
I've just been sneaking some TikToks out. But in that video, I talk about how I want to be married and I want to still try to be a mom. And I've gotten a lot of comments from women asking me why I want to be married, don't focus on being married, and also you can have a baby without a man. Mm-hmm. And I think it's very interesting to me. I don't find like any of that kind of stuff offensive. Like sometimes it's worded a little bit aggressively, like where I'm like, oh, snap. But then I'm like, you know what? You probably were in a situation too where this person was probably in a situation where they've seen the bad side of a marriage and like they're trying to warn me. And so I appreciate a lot of the comments, but it kind of tied into this story that I found about women choosing themselves instead of marriage now, which is I think we've kind of talked about this.
Yes. You know, it's so funny that you're bringing this up, because I saw a TikTok video and I actually listened to her, and I don't even know I can't remember, but it was just very interesting topic. And it was this, and it was her talking about how like she doesn't want women missing out just because they're sitting there waiting for something to happen.
Right.
And so it was it was one of those TikToks where like you're listening to like 10 or 15 minutes. Yeah. And so for some reason she like got me at the beginning, and I was just like, oh, listen to it on my way home. And it was just really good. And I feel like it's kind of the same. Yeah.
It is, and that's like, for me though, sometimes I just want to be like, I'm 39. If I was gonna rush into marriage, I would have already done it. You know, like if I was gonna sure. But here, this is interesting. So, are women choosing themselves instead of marriage? For a generation, women were told marriage was the goal. But today, more women are asking whether marriage is something they truly want or something they were taught to want. And the numbers are telling. Nearly 47% of U.S. adults are unmarried, according to the U.S. Census Bureau. The average age of the first marriage has climbed to nearly 29 for women and 31 for men. Both are record high. Women are also more financially independent than ever before. They earn the majority of college degrees in the U.S. and are increasingly becoming homeowners, business owners, and primary earners. Another fascinating shift: for the first time in modern history, birth rates among women in their 40s now exceed birth rates among teenagers in the United States. In 1990, teen births outnumbered births to women over 40 by more than 4 to 1. Today, that trend has completely reversed. More women are waiting longer to have children as they focus on education, careers, financial stability, and finding the right partner. This doesn't mean women have given up on love, marriage, or family. It just means they're no longer rushing into them. The conversation has shifted from how do I get married to is this relationship making my life better? For many women, being chosen is no longer the goal. Choosing themselves is. I thought that was all really interesting, because when you are like 39 and single, you feel so alone. And I think it is kind of like at that beginning of the trend where we're waiting longer in life, we're doing more things before we get married. And there's no right or wrong. Like, I think everyone's different.
I think so too.
I know that if I got married young, I would have been a miserable partner because I was insecure. I was very emotionally unstable. I was my feelings were hurt. And I think I would have had to have a very, very, very patient partner to work through that with me. But I don't know. I just found it. I do think that there's importance in like family, but whatever that family looks like. I think it's a beautiful thing to be a mom. And I don't ever want us to get to a point where we like, I don't know, shame mothers or motherhood.
Yeah.
Because I don't want that trend to, like, you know, how trends, like, go to an extreme.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think motherhood is a beautiful thing, and it's something that, you know, my heart desires for. And so is marriage, and it can be beautiful, but you know, there's the opposite. So,
yeah. I did find that interesting too, that, like, you know, the shift has been huge with women, and how, that was something I think that was always, like, pushed on us as kids. And so now that has completely changed.
Yeah.
And so now, you know, you and I have had conversations about marriage and stuff. And so, like, after my divorce, I was like, no, it's taken me, I got divorced in 2019. So 7 years. It's taken me 7 years to think, like, I could be married again.
Yeah.
But would it be, like, for me, would it be the end all be all for marriage? Not necessarily, but, like, the relationship would have to move as if we were headed towards that direction. Right. If we were, like, still in this, like, dating stupid stage, I'd be like, nah, dude, like, what the fuck are we doing? You know? But, like, I think it's just either with, like, life experience and things are just changing with women. I think women are truly figuring out that you don't need to get married at a very early age to have the things that you want, that you can truly do it on your own. And so that TikTok that I was watching, she was telling women, like, if you want a baby, go get one. Yeah. There's ways for you to do it. You don't need a man for it. And I was like, wow, that is super bold, because that's a scary thing to be a single mom.
Yeah. That's what,
and to take the weight of that all on your own. For a small child. Yeah. I mean, thankfully, you know, I was married until Cruz was, 6, 7. I mean, and we're co-parenting, so we've always done that very well. But to think, like, could I have done that completely by myself? Yeah. Yeah, but I would have been awful.
Right. That's what a lot of comments on my video are, is like, you don't need a man to have a baby. And
well, yeah, that's valid. But is that something you want to do?
Right.
No.
And I think that's what people are missing is, like, we've talked about this where some people, I've always wanted to be a mom, but I've always wanted to be a wife first. That's just been what my heart wanted.
And that's something that you have desired, and not everybody has that same desire.
Exactly. And so for me, I've struggled with becoming a mom outside of becoming a wife. And it is something I'm praying about, and that's why I just keep responding like I'm praying about it. And so, and like on the flip side, I know that if I were a single mom and like you live far from your family, that even adds another element to it. I know I have a close support here, which is very nice, and I have, my brothers are close and my dad's close where they could have a male figure. My mom's close where she would have to help with the baby a lot. But it is an interesting thought, because growing up, I would have never thought, I'll just have a baby by myself. Yeah. Or I'll choose to be a single mom. Yeah. And now that's a thought or a choice of where I have to come down to the end of the day, like, what's more important? Being a mom or being
a wife?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it's interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Then you throw in the whole fact that I'm a virgin and getting IVF and having a baby before I even have intercourse. I'm like, oh.
Wouldn't that be something? That would be the next thing you would go viral for. Virgin getting in vitro.
I'd be a virgin Mary in a way.
You would.
I mean, not like Inception. Artificial inception, is that what it is?
Yeah, artificial inception, that's what it is.
Inception, it'd be, so I mean, that's another whole factor I'm trying to...
That opens a whole nother can of things to try and think about.
Yeah. One of my high school friends reached out to me and he's like, we adopted our oldest, if you ever want to talk, and I've definitely thought about adoption, whether I'm single or married. Adoption's always been on my heart, but... It's interesting times, man.
I just think, like, as you get older, I think just your perspective shifts and you start to think about things in a different way. And things that you once thought that were like a freaking like hard line for you slowly becomes like it's now gray. And so now you're like, well, then you just start to look at things. It's so interesting how life ends up working, because you always say, oh, I would never do this, I would never do that, and you're literally doing the same thing that you said you would never do. And I've always ate my words when I've said that would never happen to me, and then it happened. And so now I'm like, I just don't say that anymore.
Never say never.
No, I never do ever. Because like it'll happen.
I never thought I'd be living with my parents at 39. I never thought, like, I don't know, it's so true. We do eat our words. And what do they say? Every time we make a plan, God laughs because he knows it's not the best for us, and he has more. So
It's so true.
waiting for that more. Waiting for that best,
What's the more? Can you
Let's
just
go, Lord.
let us know now
Yeah.
and just be done and be a wrap? That'd be great. Thank you
Tired
very
of
much.
the effort trial.
Well, speaking of all of this, motherhood talk, obviously there's been something in the news that's been on there for the last several weeks for the state of New York, where the legislation sends bill to Governor Hochul replacing mother and father with gestating parent in state law. So the bill passed. It's been pretty controversial by the New York State. It's heading to the Democratic Governor Kathy Hochul's desk, which by the time this airs, it probably will be signed by then, unless there's some sort of executive order. But it aims to scrub traditional gendered terms like mother and father from several statutes and replace them with gender neutral alternates. So if signed into law, it will replace the term mother with gestating parent and father with non-gestating parent across multiple sections of New York law. Additionally, the legal terms paternity and filiation will be updated to parentage, while the term putative father used in family court to describe the purported father of a child will become alleged parent.
I'm looking up some of these words. Keep going.
The Democratic-controlled state assembly initially passed the amendment in March, so that's why she has this window, which again, by the time this airs, it might be already signed. The only chance anything would be not signed is if she exercises her veto power. And then once approved, it'll just take all effect basically starting on November 1st. So obviously this has sparked huge debates online about the word mother, the word father, what does it mean? A lot of people are saying that they're trying to utilize those words and make sure it reflects different types of families and couples in terms of same-sex couples, adoptive families, surrogacy arrangements recognized by the state. And then obviously Republicans are very quick to blast all of that, saying that all of this is an out-of-touch distraction from the real economic issues plaguing New Yorkers. I feel like, why are we trying to rename everything?
Agreed. And I guess my question is, if they're going to outlaw mother and father, in what, like, is this on, birth certificate?
I would say, anything. Yeah.
So what-
I think then I would imagine the birth certificate would say non-gestate, right?
So, Mother's Day is canceled in New York. Mother's Day, happy gestational parent day. And
I would imagine.
Okay, so here's my question.
It snowballs.
It's very
right?
confusing.
Yeah.
I don't understand it. I don't agree with it, but that's neither here nor there. Because I can't agree with something I don't understand. But, so gestational is related to the development of a baby inside a pregnant person's womb from conception to birth. So if let's say I'm adopted. That's not my gestational parent because
Correct.
I was not created. So what are they? I have two non-gestational parents
I guess so. Yeah, I think there's a lot of things that need to be cleared in terms of language. I think it just confuses things so much.
And I don't understand why mother and father has to be offensive.
Yeah.
Mother and mother, father and father. If you
have two moms, you have two moms. If you have two dads, you have two dads. I don't see what's the difference.
If you don't want to use those terms in your household, don't use them. If you don't want me to call you that term, I wouldn't call you mother anyways unless you're my mom and my mom wants to be called mom.
Right.
So I don't understand. Okay, so are you the mother of the baby? Then correct me and say I'm the gestational parent of the baby. That's fine.
It just sounds so weird.
Fine. I do feel like, and I think this is controversial and it could be a slippery slope, but I do feel like there is attack on families sometimes and that we try to negate the benefits of a family because we're so obsessed with the mother-father family. You and Cruz are a family.
Yeah.
That's still a very important family. And you should never be renamed as mom.
No, never.
But your family looks different than my family, but your family is just important as my family. My family is just I don't understand why we're so caught up on that mother-father. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think it totally does. I think You're right in the manner of that, like, we all have our own different variations and definitions of what family looks like, because we all have different family structures. Whether it is 2 moms, 2 dads, you have a single mom, a single dad, you have your aunt raising you,
Yeah.
you know, you're adopted, you're in foster care, whatever it is, all of our experiences are different. But why do we have to make a change for a whole state to say something like that? Like, if it's just, it is what it is. Like, if that's your family, period.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand. It
I
just,
don't get it either.
I just feel like you're confusing everything that's been known for so long. There's like paperwork, and there's like, then are people going to get offended if you call them mom? And then, no, I'm the gestational mother.
Okay.
Like, what?
And what if they have a dad and a stepdad?
Yes.
So then you
Are
make
they
them both
non?
right. And like, what if that hurts dad's feelings? Because now, I don't know.
I think we're thinking a little too hard here, people.
Yeah.
I think we're making a what is it, a molehill?
A mountain
No,
out of
no,
a
no,
molehill.
Making a mountain out of a molehill.
Yeah.
It's just dumb.
It
And, like,
is.
dude, we have so many awful things happening right now in our world. Like human trafficking, sex trafficking, people dying,
Girl.
kids getting shot in Indianapolis. But we want to fight over the way we say mom and dad.
And we want to release the UFO file. Right in the room.
The UFO files, the Epstein files, all the things. But you know what? Don't call me mom or dad.
Right.
Oh, come on.
Can't.
It's just like the grander things in life. Like, what was it, that one Kardashian episode when they're like, Kim, there are people starving in Africa.
When she loses her diamond earring in the ocean. Yes.
That's what I feel like saying right now. There are people dying in Africa.
There are people dying across the street in
Literally,
Indiana.
exactly. And
It's
you want to be worried about how you call mom and dad.
I feel like I've just gotten to the point where I'm like, there are so many distractions.
Yeah.
And it's like, what are
Literally.
we doing to try to actually fix a problem versus what are we doing to distract from what's actually happening?
Yeah, and I think that's a big thing. There's things happening that I think that the government does on purpose in order to distract us, so that we get all tied up and we start arguing and do all these things, and then they can do what they want to do over the side, and all of a sudden something's done and we weren't paying attention.
Exactly. And I feel like that's what the UFO files are.
Yes.
We were all so mad about the Epstein files and not taking accountability and not coming after people. But it's like, okay, instead of doing that and taking care of this insane sex trafficking pedophile ring, let me tell you a little about aliens.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me show you a little something, something. And I'm like, okay.
It's like, what's next?
I can't.
The robots. The robots from last episode.
June 30th. Well, by the time this airs, June 30th.
Is that the next date?
Yep.
I thought it was the 12th. I heard the 12th too.
Of robots?
Oh, wait, no,
yeah.
there was something else. There was like some crazy thing that was supposed to happen with aliens on the 12th.
Oh, no. I got down a very big rabbit hole.
Oh, you
with
did?
that.
Okay.
I know a lot about aliens and the master of the universe and the intergalactic
intergalactic federation.
Yes. Which sometimes I get mixed up with the Toy Story because Buzz is a part of the intergalactic something. But yeah,
Ashley and are like the biggest conspiracy theorists ever. Like, we believe in like everything, and we go down all the rabbit holes.
And even if I don't believe it, I have to know.
Yes, exactly. Even if I
to
don't believe it, I have to know too.
Because I'm like, okay, we're doing
Sometimes I'll
this.
scroll, and then all of a sudden it's like Bob from the Federation is talking to me, and he's giving an update, and I'm like, oh, what does he have to say today? What's happening?
I found this one girl who is a approved translator between the Federation.
Oh, does she says the weird words
She
and stuff?
it
sounds like they're speaking in tongues, but not really.
It's told to her. She then interprets it to English.
Decodes it?
Decodes
Okay,
it.
decodes.
Then what happens is she then takes it back to them and asks if this was their intended words. We're going to get crucified by the alien people for this. And then she releases the information. Here's where I struggle. She's given exact dates and it's never happened. But then it's all like, well, this X, Y, and Z happened and they tried and then this and this. And I'm just like, if I was the head of the council of intergalactic galaxy, you best believe I'd come down here. And she's like, but no, it's too much for our human minds. And I'm like, oh, I want to see it.
Oh my gosh. I just want that veil to be torn.
Tear the veil.
Yeah, just tear the veil.
Meanwhile, the veil
close.
between, I feel like hell and earth is like
so
minuscule
close.
right now.
I know, literally.
It's crazy.
It's insane.
When you look at just like the spiritual, did you see the Shakira video?
No.
Ooh, I'm going to send it to you. Ooh. People are saying, allegedly, that her performance was like a satanic ritual. And there's a point in her face where it kind of shifts. And someone's like, that wasn't Shakira.
Stop.
It gives me goosebumps, but.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Interesting.
Oh. Well, I mean, I feel like if everybody's into the whole conspiracy stuff, a lot of the things that have been happening are literally what is in the Bible. So
yeah, if you want to read that, you'll see. Yeah,
I have been. Okay, so this is crazy. I have been. Oh God, what is his name? Brandon Biggs on YouTube.
Okay.
He's the guy who predicted, he like says God speaks to him, and he was one of the, well, I don't know if he's more than one, but he's the guy that predicted Trump was going to get shot in the ear.
Yeah.
So bald head dude.
Yes.
So he has a YouTube channel. He started it a long time ago.
Yes.
And like he basically opens the night. I listen to him every night. Oh. It's just, you know, it's interesting. I'm a very intuitive person. Yeah. I have my thoughts, you know, things come to me as well. And so, but he does it in a way, he opens it up and kind of like says what's been going on throughout the day. And then like he tells people about his visions, and then he goes into prayer mode. And I fall asleep to him praying.
Interesting.
Yeah, and he's just praying, and sometimes he speaks in tongue, and sometimes he's just praying to God, and so that's when like God is revealing things to him. But so many things that he says that God gives him actually happens. It's insane. I know I'll probably get crucified for this online too, but if you are any type of a spiritual person, you will know that God speaks to us sometimes. Yeah. And so if you're in a deep state of prayer, then that can happen. And sometimes, you know, there's some of those things can be revealed. And so he has people from tuning in from all over the world. And he's been doing this way before he predicted all of these things. And so I think he started his YouTube channel, I think he said in 2016.
Yeah.
And people were telling him he was crazy back then, like he shouldn't do it, that people were going to think he's nuts and all of these things. And then like he started to predict all of these things. He also predicts like everything going on with Iran right now and Israel and us. So
interesting.
Yeah, and it was like way before. So there was a couple of things that I have been watching him for a while, and as these things unfold, I'm like, damn, he was right.
The Lord's warning.
I know, it's crazy. Some of like just some of the things, and so yeah, that's my rabbit hole lately. Every night I'm like, ooh, what does Brandon Biggs have to say tonight?
Tonight, that will be my rabbit hole.
Yeah, like every night I listen to him, and then I end up falling asleep because I go to bed so early, and then I'm like, dang it, I don't know what he said because I went to bed.
At least he's like lulling you into a sweet slumber. I know, like
that's true.
Not the worst thing you could fall asleep to.
Yeah, very true. Yeah, it actually helps. All right, I got one more story for us before we end our crazy episode. We've talked literally about everything. What were we doing? What
is the ADHD episode? Just literally unmedicated ADHD.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so this one, this actually came into my inbox, and I thought it was quite interesting. Does where you live matter when it comes to intimacy? So modern life may be cooling things down in the bedroom, but a new study suggests that where you live plays a major role in keeping the spark alive. Recent data shows a sharp decline in physical intimacy across the country, with only 30% of American adults currently having sex at least once a week, a significant drop to the 1990s. You mentioned the 1990s too.
Yeah. Interesting.
However, a June 2026 report from adult boutique Babeland reveals that certain U.S. cities are successfully defying the national dry spell by analyzing local anxiety levels, dating app interest, and density of romantic venues like couple-friendly hotels and nightlife spots. Researchers scored cities a scale from basically 1 to 99 to put, where you find the easiest to connect with somebody. So, according to the data, Miami, Florida leads the nation with a perfect mood setting score of 99 out of 100.
Wow.
Yeah, the city boasts 305 romantic venues, 170 restaurants, more than 100 bars, alongside a low 15.6% mental distress rate that keeps residents feeling up for going out. Minneapolis, Minnesota follows closely with more than 160 date night spots, an incredible low 14% mental distress rate, which is reflected in local searching for romantic dates ideas twice as often than the national average. I would have never guessed Minneapolis. Like, what? Minnesota? Seriously? That's weird.
Interesting.
Atlanta, Georgia ranks third, nearly having 300 places to go on dates, seeing high relationship optimism with residents searching for dating apps roughly 17,000 times each month. Let's see, Boston, Massachusetts takes the fourth spot. And then we have rounding out the top 5 is Cleveland, Ohio.
What?
Yes! Cleveland, Ohio, providing an active and highly popular online dating scene with 60 romantic restaurants and 10 couple-friendly hotels with affordable prices. The study that noted where dating is the hardest is Oklahoma City. Highest stress levels in Oklahoma City. A severe shortage of romantic venues. Okay. And it says relationship experts note that the decline in intimacy is driven by factors far more complex than just dating app fatigue. Lisa Finn, she is a sex and relationship expert at Babeland, explains that housing costs keep people living from or with roommates or families well into their 30s, making it awkward to bring someone home or find privacy for intimate moments. Finn adds that while rising anxiety levels naturally drain a person's motivation and confidence, environmental factors matter immensely. Some cities simply provide accessible, low-stress social spaces that give their residents a built-in advantage when it comes to going out and meeting others for meaningful connections. Interesting, right? So Oklahoma, I'm sorry, but you guys are not doing well in dating and intimate spaces to allow dating to flourish in your state.
I thought Indianapolis was going to be there.
Oh, yeah. I would imagine Indianapolis is way at the bottom of the list.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
I mean, I would have totally guessed Miami. Just you're by the beach.
Well, and
typically Miami, just you think of just beautiful people there, and everybody just seems so happy and like. If you are taking care of yourself, you're generally a happy person.
So and that makes a good point. Like, I wonder if I feel like people are more physically fit in Miami. Yeah. So I feel like when you pursue like a more healthy body, like you probably are feeling happier.
Yeah, you have a better outlook on life.
Plus the vitamin D you're getting with the sun. Like I feel like those. But then when you said Minnesota, I was like,
I honestly that I'm truly disconnected between Minnesota, especially with all the national news that has come out of Minneapolis this year. Sorry. I'm just saying, you guys have been in a national spotlight for not great things when it comes to the fraud. You know, unfortunately, what happened with ICE and over there and the protest multiple times for multiple years. I don't see that being a very high dating spot.
The only thing I can think of is a lot of businesses are headquartered in Minneapolis.
Oh yeah,
so maybe they are financially more stable. Then I wonder
because
if that
you got the people that are young professionals that are still dating and
but
so
probably
that's
making
why they're
a higher income. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, interesting. All right, well,
interesting. So where do I gotta move?
You gotta move to Miami.
Yikes.
Miami. What is it? Miami, Atlanta. There was something else before. No, don't go to Minnesota though. I'm sorry. I know that scored high, but it's so cold there.
No. Yeah.
No way. I would go to Miami.
The one time I was in Minnesota, it was freezing. Can't go back. Too cold.
Yeah.
And that's coming from an Indiana native.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd want to step foot in Minnesota. No. Doesn't it get like -40 out there?
I think it gets pretty darn cold. And windy, I think it was.
I'm sorry, people, if you're listening from Minnesota or watching.
We're happy you love your state.
Yeah.
People hate on Indiana all the time, so.
It's fine. You can hate on us. It's all good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think this rounds up our very interesting episode of Behind the Filter After Dark Edition, where we truly talked about literally everything on this episode. So.
This is going to be an interesting preview
clip
for me.
It's literally going to go from one subject to the other. I know. Make sure you subscribe. We're all over our social media platforms as well. You can find us on Apple and on Spotify and on YouTube. And then you can find full details at JohnetteCruz.com. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.